2023, and Bafana Bafana have beaten the Brave Warriors 4-0 in the COSAFA derby. South Africa 4, Namibia 0, and Namibia started off quite brightly. I thought it was ominous. It's like, these guys are going to have a good game today, you know, after beating Tunisia, coming with so much confidence, South Africa under pressure. I thought they'd use this in their favor, which they tried, to be fair. The early shot from Prince Tijueza, it was a polite save from Williams, but it showed a lot of intent. The penalty clearly changed everything. So Shalulile, what's his name? Tapelo Morena was attempting a cross. He was like sort of jumping, and then the ball hit the defender's hand, Hanamub. And yeah, it was a lengthy VAR check, and they decided to give the penalty. Personally, I didn't think it was a penalty, but you've set precedence. There was a game where they gave a penalty for that. It was I can't remember which game it was. But one thing about VAR and officiating in this tournament is that at least they're consistent, right? Like Egypt received a late penalty for a kick, and just yesterday, someone else received a penalty, but it was very similar, right? So it's the consistency for me. At least you're consistent. There's precedence that's been set, and you follow it. So, I mean, I really can't fault VAR for giving that penalty. But even though to me I didn't think it was a penalty. Yeah, and Pasitao stepped up. He missed the penalty last time around against Mali. And we all thought that he'd actually give this penalty to someone else to take it. But you can see the mental fortitude the man has, you know. And yeah, he was quite calm, slotted it to the left of the goalkeeper and made it 1-0. And at that point, the game just changed, right? Namibia had a chance. I think Hanamub had a cross, the Namibian left back, had a really nice cross into the deep, but no one really gambled. Between Dion Hoto and Peter Shalulile, they just let the ball go through. And I guess that at 1-1, that would have made it such an interesting game. But them not taking that chance, it was costly, because Tambazwane got the first of his brace. And what a goal that was. There was a ball that went down the line, over the midfield, and Tapelo Moreno just managed to keep the ball in play, and then Morena then crossed the ball to Tambazwane, who slotted in fine fashion. Like I think he got man of the match. He played really well. I believe his urgency and his ability to get into spaces and get into positions where he can be dangerous really, really worked well for Bafana Bafana. Obviously, a few minutes later, Sitole had a chance to make it 3-0 to the back post, and he just missed, but the defender kind of put him off because he thought the defender was going to hit the ball, and Sitole ended up missing an empty net. But it was a very tough chance, to be fair to him, and it didn't take long. A few minutes later, Zambia lost the ball. Ball got to Temba Zwane, and his second goal, he totally destroyed Amutenya, the Namibian number 12. Completely destroyed him, and then just went and finished over the goalkeeper to make it 3-0. And by this point, the game was more or less over. Like, second half was just them cruising, just making sure they don't give Namibia a chance, they don't give them a sniff. And in the second half, substitute Apelo Maseko, or is it Maseko had a nice goal. Again, an impressive ball over the top by Mukwena. And yeah, just made it 4-0. Like, won this game in convincing fashion. I was quite impressed by them. They really nullified Namibia. And this was the third time that Bafana Bafana have scored 4 goals in AFCON. And the last time South Africa actually met Namibia, they scored 4 as well. And that was the last time AC scored 4 in AFCON. And Benny McCarthy, the legendary striker and now Man United striking coach, got all 4. Yeah, so that's how the game went. That's the biggest margin in AFCON in 2023, this particular tournament. And Tambazwane got the first South African hat-trick since none other than Siyabonga Nomvete. This guy was a legend. Back in 2002, I just remember watching these guys when SA made it the 2002 World Cup in Korea and Japan. Yeah. Anyway, so that is how South Africa have given themselves a chance to qualify for the round of 16. They are now in second place in Group E. It was looking bleak before they started. They're now in second place, 1 point behind the group leaders, Mali. They're ahead of Namibia by goal difference. And of course, now they have the head-to-head because they beat them 4-0. So South Africa has a goal difference of +2. Namibia has a goal difference of -3, despite having 3 points. And in last place in the group is Tunisia with 1 point. So Mali play Namibia in the last game, and then South Africa play Tunisia. And I believe a draw should sort of get them through because they've just scored 4 goals. I think that already puts them in one of the better positions in terms of people with number twos and three. I'd say number 3s minimum. Number 3s with a good goal difference. But South Africa would be looking to be at least second in this group, seeing as Tunisia are at the bottom of the group. Because if Tunisia win, they leapfrog South Africa. So South Africa, bare minimum, is get a draw against Tunisia. But this gives them a lot of confidence going into that game. But yeah, that is match day 2 done. We are now moving on to match day 3, the crucial games to determine who finishes where and who qualifies for the round of 16.